Hey everybody, what is up? My name is Eric McGrew with Eric's Tree Service, also with Elevated Office, of course. You guys, most of you at least, know who I am to a relative degree. Today, we are going to be talking about the quickies here. First off, I want to thank Gap Arborist Supply in Gap, Pennsylvania. Ray and Kyle have been stellar. They always help me out. Ray was kind enough to send me these to talk about so that I have visual aids, and they are going to go back to them. Their products, I'm not using them for my own stuff. This is just simply for, to show you guys. So this one here, let me see, is that right side up? That is the Notch Quickie. So this is the cast Quickie. And this is the machined Quickie from Singing Tree, or CMI. I think is who makes these, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it's CMI, but they both are very, very similar. You have slick pins that, the double clip slick pins that go through. So, right, and then same thing here, slick pin that moves through. Now, this video will talk a little bit about what you can use them for, but really the reason for this video is I was curious and I wanted to see why this one, which is the Singing Tree / I'm pretty sure CMI is the one that makes this once again. The milled, that's what it is, the milled Quickie is more expensive than the cast by Notch. Right? So, first off, the most important thing to consider with this is that the milled one has a lateral load. Let's see, it's just not coming in very clear. But it's 15 kilonewton. Let's see if this helps. It's 15 kilonewton on the lateral load, and then it is 30 kilonewton on the main axis. That's just not coming in very good. Sorry, guys. So 15 and 30. This one is 13 and 30. So there is a slight difference. 2 kilonewtons on the lateral axis, the minor axis across. So if it's being pulled like this. But the vertical axis, the main axis, is still the 30 kilonewton on both of them. Okay? This one is about twice the price of this one. So is it worth it? That's really up to you. Are the 2 kilonewton safety factor a big deal? Maybe. It's up to you once again. What I will say for sure is that this one here, the cast, is not as true in its shape, in the U shape here. As you spin this slick pin, it gets stiff right there. And the problem with that is that it can be hard to get it to click in, and it can be hard to get it to unclick for the slick pin. See, like right there, the slick pin didn't come out. You have to spin it for it to come out, and you can't hardly get it to go in and undo. So you have to play with it a little bit, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Down here, it's loose. When you have it like here, it's definitely loose. But when it rolls around the top, it gets stiff and it gets hard. So keep that in mind. This is not quite as precise as this one is, for sure. The slick pin on this has a lot more play on that side, which makes it easier to get in and to get the pin out when you're, you know, pulling it and it moves more. This one doesn't move at all. But as a general rule, and I can't state this for a fact on this one, but as a general rule, cast pieces tend to be less strong for impact. So if it was to take a sharp impact, something fell on it or whatever, it might, and I'm not saying this as it will, it might be more prone to crack than the milled would be. It's just due to the way that they're designed and made. Actually, it's the manufacturing of them. So milled is subtractive. It's a stock piece of steel, solid steel, and it's cut out of it. And then this is poured steel into a cast, and it's finished after it's, you know, been molded into its shape. So why this one has such a long pin on it, I'm not real sure. I would rather it not spin quite that much and be that loose, because anytime there's that kind of play, if this was to get hit real hard, studies have shown that the pins can come popping in. This one here, it can still do that, but maybe less likely. I don't have a way to do scientific test on that. So is the milled one $30 more worth it than the cast one? That's really up to you. Honestly, I think that both would be safe within their relative uses. Maybe if you dropped a big log on this one, it was on concrete, it might crack easier than this one. This one would probably bend out of shape, but maybe not crack. But that's just speculation, because I haven't had the ability to test them like you would need to know that for sure. But that is a general rule. A aspect of cast is that they tend to fracture and crack under impact. Like if this was on concrete and then a piece of log fell on it, it might break this or crack it before this one. This would probably just bend since it's milled. So that's basically it. Is it worth $30 more for the milled? If $30 per unit is worth the peace of mind to you, and the 2 extra kilonewtons on the lateral are worth peace of mind to you, then yeah, the $30 extra, I think it's like 60 bucks or something, is worth it. If the 2 kilonewton doesn't matter to you as much, and that precision isn't as important, if it being a little hard to get the pin out in certain positions or get it to clip in is not as important to you, and you're willing to do this, you know, check it each time, then saving 30 bucks is probably worth it to you. So just thought I'd bring that out to you. There's not much more I can say about the design or anything of them. They're very, very similar. This one is a little thinner, by the way, in profile than this one. So that's something to keep in mind, just slightly. I don't know if that matters to you either. It would depend on how you're going to plan on using it. I don't have my rope runner with me. I would see if any of them fit, but I don't think any of the quickies work on the rope runner anymore for that baby bump, I think is what they call it, or whatever. I don't think you can put those through there and use them as a tinder anymore as you used to be able to. So, you know, that's about it. So, Singing Tree, milled quickie, I want to say 60 bucks. Notch cast quickie, 30 bucks. This one is 13 kilonewton side with a 30 kilonewton main, and this is 15 kilonewton lateral or side, and then a 30 kilonewton main. So is it worth it? I don't know. That's up to you guys. But one more time. The pin does get caught up here. It can be hard to get that clip in and out to catch and get it uncaught on this one. Whereas this one is a lot easier all the way around. This is definitely more precise. Little thinner on the bridge, little thicker on the bridge. Possibly, and I say that with very, very explicit, you know, notations that I haven't done studies. Possibly, since it's cast, more likely to be cracked or fractured under heavy impact. Less likely because of the way this is made. So, hope that helps you guys out. And I'll do another video here about some other products here in the future. So, hope you guys are liking everything, and I'll talk to you later. Please don't forget to check out gaparborsupply.com. They're supporting the channel, and I am working with them heavily, so they could really use the support as well. Also, please don't forget to go by and check out Elevated Office Podcast. I have a new podcast that I just put up that's all about rigging and rope handling for groundies and for climbers and bucket operators. So some key points there that I think will help us all be safe and be more effective in our work. So see you guys in the next one. Take care.